3. Whatever he promises and states with a straight face, be aware that sooner or later it's going to happen and up and being a fact. Because Luffy is a man of honor who builds himself by betting continuously his life on his beliefs and promises. The first and significantly the longest chapter, manifesto of Oda's work named Romance Down, gives a clear evidence of that. He's just a kid when he picks up a fight alone with bandits to defend his idol's honor, Shanks, and stand up for his rights. Although that bravery could have been seen along with his debut scar as something absolutely childish and even funny from a pirate perspective, the outcome of it with Shanks' sacrifice and the chapters following it show that it was not. Whatever Luffy says with a serious expression on it, it is exactly what he's going to do. His voiced thoughts are immediate actions. This is something deeper of his character. There is no second thought in his mind, and for 99%, no regret also to what comes after. As a matter of fact of this inability to plan and think twice, we rarely could spot a single thought bubble around him, the typical symbol for thinking in comics and cartoons. To get back to our point, in each saga and adventure he takes on, his words assume, soon, a certain weight and value. For example, chapters like the 63rd and 66th, where Luffy runs wildly towards Don Krieg's spikes and spears, his natural enemies. Or chapters like 81th and 82th, where Luffy decided to go all out against Arlong by saying, "Don't you dare to make my navigator cry." Get Sanji and Nami admirating his courage and gaining respect from veterans like Zeph. But, most importantly, make his future crewmates believing in him, in Luffy's results. His fights to death, his absurd conviction in his words get people like Sanji instantly regret not having done the same. They make people like Usopp and Chopper find the courage to follow him. Luffy's determination is the epitome of actions speak louder than words. All his fights, sacrifices for friends, all his absurd decisions, from Alvida's to Katakuri's, are a sort of hymn to courage written by Oda, who is telling us that if Luffy with his bare hands can change the course of his life, and by that the course of the whole history in Appi, we could do the same, or at least trying to. If you think now that is obvious, that what Luffy states always comes true as he is the protagonist and his words have to be sentences to death for his enemies, do not forget, please, that as for any rule in this world, there are some exceptions, and Oda knows and shows that. There are, for example, a couple of still too cocky captain statements that yet not only prove the rule, but function actually as very breaking point in his character evolution, and consequently in the entire manga's plot. In chapter 320 to 321, when firstly, Luffy challenges mano to mano and loses to the Admiral Aokiji. Here Oda highlighted different points by giving a deeper insights of his characters and chances to learn from. We learned, for example, how top fighters like Aokiji are miles above our Luffy. Aokiji himself instead gets to know how strange and brave is our captain and get his respect. We see also Zoro and Sanji respecting an order from the captain, and the whole crew learned for the first time how Nico Robin attracts misfortune and causes troubles to people around her. And it will cause bigger and bigger until the end of the story. Secondly, in chapter 574, the Luffy of I'm the one who's going to save Ace, chapter 557, faces defeat and experiences the sad reality of Marineford. Here Oda points out interesting things. First, again as it happened with Aokiji but in larger scale, makes the bystanding top fighters having admiration and gaining respect for the little Luffy. If you think that the strongest in the world, Whitebeard, bets his own life on the minion Straw Hat, you get the point. Then by bringing Luffy himself, Jinbei, and many of us to tears, reveals that death is an event rare but still possible in OP. It may happen even to beloved characters like Ace. This particular death delivers a much stronger message to Luffy and his crew and also to us. Our protagonist's ambitions and strength are still much in dissonance. Luffy can't do all he wants, bad things happen in the story, even to our protagonist seeking adventures. We got to wait long for our captain to become the pirate's king. After he challenged Big Mom and stated he will defeat her, it becomes more and more interesting how Oda will put an end to his bravery. When exactly Luffy will start doubting or learning to be patient, or even to give up, will he, on something? Will this happen only in the end? Anyway, it will certainly be sad for all of us.